A lot of people lost their best years loving the wrong person. And it's not because they were stupid, but it was because they were loyal. You gave your youth, you gave your peace, you gave your time, you gave your energy, and a lot of opportunities to someone who had never planned on choosing you the same way. But the worst part is that you don't realize this until all those years are gone. You will finally realize it after all those years are gone. A lot of people stay way too long because they see potential in a person. They don't want to give up. They want to stay loyal. Potential don't pay no bills. Potential don't build no legacies. Potential will have you stagnant. Potential will keep you in a toxic environment. Potential will lead you to disappointment each and every time. And it's to cost you a lot. A lot of people put their trust in man too much. Man will always let you down, no matter who it is. Man can always disappoint. Man can always fall short. But a lot of people give people too much credit. They put too much trust in the same person who has proved themselves to be a disappointment time and time again. Like I said, it don't make you stupid. It's just that you were loyal. You were loyal. And what happens is a lot of people I see, they spend time in their teens, their 20s, their 30s, and their 40s, and you lose so much time. You lose a lot of relationships with close family members. You lose relationships with friends. It's a lot of missed opportunities for advancement, and all because you have held on to this person. All because you've held on to this person. A lot of y'all have missed out on y'all's husband or wife, potential husband or wife, holding on to the wrong person. I really don't get it because a lot of people will hang in there with a bum or hang in there with somebody who has proven themselves that they ain't to you that they're not shit. They ain't shit. But something has kept you there. Something keeps you there. I think about all the time I lost trying to salvage dead relationships. I missed a lot of time out with relatives that who are no longer here no more. Missed out on family reunions. Because when you get with people like this, they will isolate you from your family. They would create situations or put you in situations where your mood ain't right. You always depressed. You always are in the house. You always are just isolated to them. You're just secluded to them. It's wild. I lost time with relatives that are no longer here no more. And when I think back, the person who held me back from being around those relatives is nowhere in the picture. They went on to be happy. They moved on with their life. But I'm still dealing with, damn, I could have had more time. I could have did this. I could have did that. You would be in relationships with people and you will lose out on so much. You will look up, you in your mid 40s, early 50s, and when it's over with, you like, how do I start over? A lot of people don't want to get out here and meet new people and try to start over. And that's part of a reason why a lot of people stay because they feel like, damn, I don't want to start over. I don't want to go through having to learn somebody over again. But a lot of times, that very same person you was holding on to will leave you and have no problem moving on. They will have no problem moving on. It's like that potential, it often traps people because when you are involved with somebody like this, they'll show you a little bit of something, right? And you take that little bit of something and hang on to that little piece of something, hoping to recapture that moment where that potential was kind of peeking through there. It was kind of peeking through. He's like, oh, if they own to something. So if they stick to this, then we'll become successful, or we'll elevate together. But it never happens. It's like you think this person has potential to be a good mate because in the beginning stages they hooked you on in the honeymoon stage. But once they showed you that little bit of that honeymoon stage, they love bombed you and showed you a good time. And then that good time went away. It was like that first high. You were still chasing that first high that you got when you first met them. And that first high just never hit the same way. It never hit. And you look up, it's months, years, decades gone, wasting time on potential. A lot of people finally get their wake up call once they hit rock bottom. Like when rock bottom hits, they either homeless, um, or they end up sick. They end up with some kind of detrimental event for their health, some kind of traumatic health experience, or just a traumatic experience, period. A loss of a loved one might be a traumatic experience where you look back and see that you have lost out on so much time with this relative, and it could be a mom or a sister or a sibling or something like that. You look back and say, damn, I had I could have did this, I could have did that. But I spent so much time on this person and trying to fix this relationship and trying to be there for this person, being loyal to this person. And now I lost my loved one. And I could have did this, I could have did that, I should have called, I should have been there. Then this person is like a constant reminder when you keep going through that same cycle of the toxic cycle with the person, the arguments or the instability. That's that final wake up call. But by that time, it's too late. 'Cause all your good years are probably gone by then, and you can't get it back. But a lot of people, they really don't care about how much time they cost you, how much time you lost. They don't care about losses. They was just there for the ride. They was just there as a distraction, and they really don't care. They got some kind of benefit out the deal, so they don't care. So when you reach that point, you have to work on healing and reclaiming yourself, finding yourself again. A lot of people look for happiness in another person. They look for happiness in another person, but happiness should start from within. You have to figure out what it is that make you happy. True enough, you might be happy with a person, just having that person in your life. They might bring some sort of happiness or add on to your happiness, but happiness should start from within. You should be happy with yourself. Being with that person, it probably adds to the happiness, but you shouldn't put all that on that person to look for them to make you happy. Let me know what y'all think about the video. This is Deontay with Everyday Life Unfiltered.